Hey everybody, this is Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and today I've got yet another CGC unboxing. They've been coming in pretty fast over the last couple weeks, and in fact I got two of them today. Both of them are modern orders. One was a pre-screen 9.8, one was a pre-screen 9.6. I'm not sure which box is which box, so we're going to start with the first box, and then in the next video we'll do the other box. And I've got my list in front of me, so once I get the box, I can talk a little bit more about the books in this particular box, and then the other one, of course. But let's just get into this box and see what we've got. I'm pretty excited. I'm filming this right after I get home from work, and I usually don't get home from work until probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So before I go to bed, I've got to open them up. I just can't wait. I love getting these things and seeing what I get, and especially since I do all the cleaning and pressing myself these days. There will be some orders that come in that from a year ago where I didn't do this. I didn't do that kind of work. And I ended up sending it into CGC to have them work on them. And it's kind of a learning thing because it is literally taking 12 to 13 months on some of these orders. I think I've got at least 4 orders in there right now, all of which went either last April of 2021 or May of the same year. So yeah, so there's some boxes, some books still in there that I'm glad I'm not in a rush for them, because I certainly am not getting them anytime soon. But anyway, we got this one back, and like I said, let's go through the order, and I'll tell you a little bit about when I send that out and everything as well. I'm just going to get into the box and let's start pulling them out here. And as I said, this is a pre-screen. It's either a 9.8 or a 9.6. I don't know which one I'm opening. The boxes were 2 different weights, so I know in this one I've got close to 25, if not 25. In the other box I've got, it's about a few pounds less. I think I'm going to end up with probably about 20 to 21 maybe. So let's see what we got. Okay, I've got the 9.8 box in front of me. And yep, there is a small box with at least one, if not a couple books in there. We'll do a count here at the end and see how many didn't make it. But I'm just going to get into it. As I said, I've got the 9.8. Let me give you some dates on this real quick. So this got mailed out on February 12th of this year, 2022. And today is June, what is today? June 10th, 1992. When you see this video, it's probably, at this point, it's probably going to be at least a week or 2 old since I've gotten this box. I'm a little backed up on my videos. I've got a lot in the queue that I've made that you'll be seeing before you see this video. So I apologize about that kind of delay, but I give you that date on these CGC unboxings so you can get an idea of how long it took to get in. So February to June for just a regular modern order. I didn't do anything special to this order with them, no fast tracks or anything like that. Just send it in. So, okay, let's just start. We know that these are 9.8, so you know what? I'm going to turn the box around so I can actually see the book as I pick it up. There's no sense of hiding anything here. All right. So starting off is a book that I really liked. It has gone down in value since the show, since Hawkeye, the TV show, went off the air. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin. And New Avengers number 27. I've had some issues with this book, cleaning and pressing. I don't know, I think multiple copies I have seem to have a spot over here in this group of ninjas that's a kind of like a color rub or a varnish rub, and it seems like it's in the same spot. I've noticed the same similar defect on multiple issues. This one came out really clean. As I said, this book right here was one that I know it's gone down in value, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the price, the values that I've got when I put this together. And I probably will put up on the screen what the current value might be. It might give you an idea of just how much the market has softened lately. And maybe in some cases it went up. I don't know. But let's just take a look real quick here. New Avengers Am I looking at the right one? Yes, I am. So number 27, right now I've got a 9.8 as $180. As I said, I'll put a value up. If it has gone down, I'll do a little research and I will put that on the screen. So that is really nice. All right. That is the way to start off. And this was, let me just read this. First appearance of the new Ronin, Echo and Elektra appearance. But if I remember right, that wasn't really Elektra, was it? All right. So I've gotten this book back before. And I'm not too really impressed with this book. I've got some of that Newton ring going on here. It's one of the first books I've ever gotten that has had that. This is Nice House on a Lake, #1, James Tynion. And this is the Third Eye Comics variant cover, their exclusive cover. And that's very much just like the original cover, but it has the trade dress that's very similar to a, let's say, a Stephen King novel from the late 70s. So that's what's different about that. And then on the back, you've got a very big Third Eye Comics logo back there. And it replicates the front cover as well. But yeah, it's really nice, except I don't think you're going to be able to pick, well, maybe, wait a minute. Yeah, can you see that right there? That's a big Newton ring sort of. It's not really that oily Newton ring. It's more like just a, I don't know. It almost looks like there's moisture in there. Yeah, I may have to talk to them about that one. And here we go. We got a second copy of that. So I got 2 copies of that book. This one is, yeah, it's got a little bit of the same problem there. So I've got 2 of those books. Let's see. What do I have on that? Right now I've got it about $150 value. There's not a lot of these on the market, so that price may have been just set because there are no others like this, or hardly very many like this on the internet. All right, continuing on. Hey, look at that! I finally got another one of these. It's been a while, but this is Spider-Man 55. This is the second printing of the Gleason Webhead copy, and I can talk about just being so late to the party on something. This right here had a lot of value, even the second prints, third prints, all of these, a while back. And even when I sent it out, I think the market had already softened on these, but I had already put these into the press. There was still some value in it, and for a 55, basically it's $100 value. And my guess now, this thing's probably dropped to probably in around that $80, $70, $80 range. There's so many of these out there, but I'm just happy to get this. The white version, the third print, I had picked up in the Walmart value packs last fall, and I got 3 of those. And at the time, it was really hot, but by the time I got it into CGC and got it back, the value on those completely dropped off. And I got 9.6's on all 3 of them. That was a huge disappointment. All right. This was the hottest cover of the last 6 months, I think. This is the Adam Hughes cover to Gun Hunting #1. I think this is just a regular cover, but that right there is spectacular. This, just awesome Adam Hughes artwork, and this issue, especially the first issue, was super hot. I think I've gotten, I want to say, did I get the Bill Sienkiewicz cover on that? I really like that too, but yeah, I got a 9.8 on that. That's the regular cover. And yeah, I've got that as about $125 value. Again, we'll see. We'll see if that's holding up or not. All right, next up is Berserker #1. This is the second printing. This is the foil cover, Ron Garney cover here. That's absolutely gorgeous. The market on Berserker has really just dropped and fallen off. When I was sending these out, I think they'd even started falling, kind of going down. This was a pretty popular cover though, and I've got that. It was basically $100 value as a 9.8. So I know the foils are a little bit more difficult sometimes to make sure that they stay really good like that. But all right. Oh, this is nice. again, with more of this Newton ring, although, as I said, I'm not getting a rainbow effect, but it's definitely this moisture. Look, it looks like moisture in there. This is Stray Dogs #1 Dog Days. This is the Third Eye Comics exclusive from Basket Case. This is the homage cover for that. And I'm going to see if I'm not sure. I've got some more Stray Dogs in there. I don't know if I sent more than one of this particular cover out. And what do I have? I'll show you the other. I've got two of the other one. This is, but again, more Third Eye Comics exclusives, and I got two of those. And this is the Elvira movie poster homage. Like I said, I've got two of those. And let me give you some values real quick on these Third Eye Comics variants. Yeah, I mean, I've got it set at 150, but I really think that was a very speculative price on my end. At the time, Stray Dogs, it's just coming off of its high, and this was starting to come out, and it was still hot, but it's really dropped off. Stray Dogs has really lost a lot of popularity recently. It's just not the hot new thing right now, but it's really an awesome book. And continuing with that, it's still an awesome book. All right, I've got and then I bought an exclusive from the Comic Corner online, and they did a 1931 Dracula homage cover on that. And I don't see the second one in here, so it may not have gotten through on grading, but I know I had two of these in here. But I was real happy to get this. This one, I'm still going to put it at that $150 range because they do so many of these variants, and if these homage covers and everything, and if the poster isn't that popular to begin with, if it's not something that's popular, then it's not going to be popular, I suppose. I mean, I know I was really excited on the regular Dog Days, Stray Dogs, where they did, I want to say they did The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. They did a version of that, and I know, I was like, man, I got to get that copy. And then there were some other movies I didn't care quite as much about, so I didn't care about getting those covers as much. So I guess it will have to speak to the individual if they really like one of these like this. So, all right, continuing on. And I've got a copy of Superman, Son of Kal. This is the new Superman title. This is the homage to the original Superman comic book, which was also a homage to, I think George Perez did the same thing. So I was happy to get one of these. Of course, with all the news of this character, this issue right here, of course, this wasn't the coming out issue, but it was his first issue, first title. And this is definitely, it's become a key comic to collect a little bit. So the value has really gone up on this. So I want to say I had at least one of those in here. So let's see. Superman, where are you? You can tell that it's 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm so tired I can't even see it on here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I got it about $125 value. We'll see what it is now several months later since I sent that out. Oh, now I'm real happy about this. This was a pickup I had got off of Whatnot back last fall. This is the Midtown Comics Sketch Edition to Spider-Gwen #2. And I just love that cover. That was gorgeous. And I'm not a big Spider-Gwen fan, but this actually reminds me more of the classic Gwen Stacy that I loved. The original John Romita one. You know, it had just more reminiscent of that and everything. And I love the sketch cover. And I didn't pay a lot for this on Whatnot. So it was a little hard with the sketch variant to give it a value. I think the color version was more widely available. But again, maybe $125 value on something like that. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, now here's one. I forgot I had put some of these Alex Ross timeless covers in here, but this is the only sketch version I had. This was of X-Force #13. This was, of course, the Beast. And I want to say yeah, again, another maybe $125 value on something like that. So most of these are going to be for sale. This is definitely one of those boxes that I put together. I worked on these books. It was a 9.8 pre-screen, so they were already really good books. So the work that I did on these wasn't a lot, but I still go through every one of these books. I work on the spines, make sure that there are no spine ticks, things like that, as best I can, because obviously I may have missed something because there are some that didn't make the grade. But these aren't ones that I had to push a lot to get to that 9.8. But, I still had to work on every one of them. Every book I send out, I press, because with only a few exceptions, of course. But in the most, and definitely in every one of these in this order, I know I worked on, I don't know how much moisture I added to the covers to then work on the spines with a tack iron and then put them into the press. I don't know how much of all that I did. Like I said, I don't think any of these had so much severe damage that it was detrimental to it. But yeah, like I said, maybe about a $125 value. Most of these in here are either going to be anywhere from the $100 to $150 value. All right, now this is, I think, the second copy of Fantastic Four Antithesis that I got. Number 2, this is the Silver Surfer Timeless variant from Alex Ross. And yeah, I've got this one as a $100 value, but I want to say that this one's actually one of the more popular covers. And I think I actually had this. I think this is the second one I've got. And I want to say I sold the first one. I don't want to say I sold it for more than 100. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we are on that. All right, continuing on. Oh, yeah, here we go. Gun Hunting number 1. This is the foil cover. So it's a little hard. It's a little shiny there in the light, but this is the same cover as before, except this is the foil edition. And I've got this at a $200 value. So that's pretty good. I'm looking at, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember paying, I paid about $37 for this on Whatnot. So with shipping, if it was the only book I got, so another $5. So $43, $44 from Whatnot. I've got this at the beginning of December. This was a hot book at the time. And when I sent this order in, I had it at a value of about a $200 book. And I am really happy about that. And yeah, that's really nice. That's from Forbidden Planet there. Look at the foil in the back. Sorry, didn't mean to blind you, but that whole back cover is just silver mirror. That is awesome. I was a little scared there when I pulled the first issue out, and this one wasn't right after that. I'm sitting there going, oh, come on. The one I really wanted, I didn't get the 9.8, but there it is. So happy about that. Oh, now this is nice. And this one is probably one of the couple in here that I know that I put more work into on this. And it's a little bit older than some of these more modern books, but this is from 2015. This is Thor number 8. This is where it was revealed that the Mighty Thor is Jane Foster. So just another beautiful cover. And right on the heels of one of my previous orders that you might have just seen, that I've got the first issue to this particular series, the beautiful Thor cover, Mighty Thor, Jane Foster on the cover, and I got a 9.8 on that too. So this is real nice to get a 9.8 on this one. So that is spectacular and so timely right now with the movie on the horizon. Everybody knows that Jane Foster's in it, and it's right there. They didn't hide it. It's right there. Let's see, Thor number 8. Right now I've got it as a $185 value, but that's a case where it might have gone up. Okay, monitor's going asleep. Let's turn it back on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, now I'm real happy about this, and I don't know if this is a copy of the original copy that I worked on, that I sent out. I know I picked up at least one of these from the Baltimore Comic-Con last year in October. I worked on it, and I put it in a pre-screen. It was a 9.8 pre-screen. I don't know if it's this copy or not. I'll look at my notes in a second, but it's Mighty Avengers #1. And what's significant about that is we've got Monica Rambeau as, is it Spectrum or is it Photon? I don't remember. I didn't really read this book. I didn't get this book at the time. This was at a point back, when was this? About 2013. They started having all of these other little titles, and I was buying so many books to begin with that I couldn't keep up. I'm a huge Avengers fan. I love the Avengers. But it was too many titles, and it was one of the reasons I finally had to drop. For years, I dropped the X-Men because it was just all of those. It was too many titles. And I was just kind of fed up with all of the different books that they were putting out. But I didn't pick that up. Right now, I've got a 9.8 on this as 160. We'll see if the value goes up when they release the new Marvel's movie. So I might just have to hold on to that for a while and see where the value goes on something like that. Oh, here we go. All right, so I thought I did, but I had a second copy of Stray Dogs, Dog Days #1, Third Eye Comics variant. This is the basket case movie poster again. So I've got 2 of those in this order right here. So that's awesome. That one, the mutant rings are very minimal. Oh, and here is the second copy of the Dracula cover as well. So it looks like all of my all those Stray Dogs made it through. I'm looking in the box there, and I've got another Stray Dogs, and I love this cover. This was not a Third Eye it's just a variant, but it is the Creepshow homage. Love that. That is awesome. And let me see. My guess it's still $125. I've got it. Yeah, I've got it as $100. This one wasn't one of the exclusives. It was just a variant, so it's a little bit more wildly distributed. All right, now this I got off of Whatnot, and I kind of did it because at the time when I picked it up, there was a lot of I want to say there was a show where this was being given out, and there was limited, but I was watching Whatnot at the end of in the beginning of December, and this was a book. They had couple different color variations on it, and I kind of really liked it, but I kind of liked how people were really going after that book. I'd watched that book go in several different sites, sellers, where people were just bidding this book up. Now, I don't mean super a lot, but it just seemed like a lot of people were really interested in getting a copy. And this is from Comics Vault Live. This is Walking Dead #27. Trying to think. Reprints #27. It's a partial foil cover. And I kind of got caught up in that FOMO kind of thing on this. And once I got it, I was like, okay, you know what? I don't know if it's even going to be worth what I did, but I kind of determined that, like, screw it, I'm going to get it graded, and we'll make it more valuable, hopefully. And right now, I've got this as a possible $150 value. We'll see. We'll see if it's even out there as a graded copy. All right, one more book in the graded books, and then we'll count them up, and we'll see how many books are in the raws. And this is the Moon Knight #3, the regular cover. This is the first appearance of Hunter's Moon. So that's real nice to get that. I'm sure that at the time this was a pretty hot book, and the first appearance of a character. This is me specking on something completely. I mean, the price on these has really gone up, and I had been getting a lot of this cover from Walmart. It's colored a little different. I think the whole bottom is very red colored on those, and those are very sought out as well. So I'm just, it's one of those things where I'm specking a little bit, and I don't know. I've kind of stopped doing that for the most part, buying a brand new book and to kind of spec on them. But you saw a couple of books in here like this. They'd already gone up in value before I did that. It's like I kind of waited a little bit. So like the Superman book and this book are great examples of that kind of thing. All right, I'm just going to leave that there. And let's do a quick count. 22. So we got 22 out of 25. So that means we've got 3 books in here. I don't have the list. The list dropped somewhere on the floor. I have no idea where it is right now. And let's see what did not make the grade. Okay, that's a little disappointing because I've been really liking these. Let me move this down. This was definitely, I think, a Whatnot pickup. This was one of the Strange Academy books with Scarlet Witch and Magic. I think I've got a different, I might have the alternate to the same cover of book. Let me see if I can find my sheet real quick. Hang on. No, of course not. Oh, there it is. Got a mess here in the floor. I got plastic bags all over the place. This was the Mercado Virgin variant on number 10, Strange Academy. So, well, in all 3 of these, we'll take a look and see what I missed. And maybe I can improve. My guess is I can on that one and this one. This was the second copy of Superman number 1. And what did I say? We missed out on a second copy of Avengers number 27. Now, I don't know if it was the same issue with that. Hold on one second. I got a cat that's playing with the microphone. Okay, stop that. So, actually, this is pretty good. A pretty good order. 22 out of 25. That's really good. It was a 9.8 pre-screen. You set the bar about as high as you can get. So this is fantastic. A lot of value here. This isn't super value, but this is, for the most part, it's completely in order where I plan on reselling all these except for probably the duplicates on the Stray Dogs because I'm such a fan of the Stray Dog books that I've been keeping a set of those for myself. But the rest of these are things that I don't mind moving. They've been in my collection a little bit. Some of them I bought with the intent to sell. And I talk about this before. I use the phrase basically leaning on my ability to clean and press and get these books up. We'll see what we missed on these, and we'll see if we can work on them a little bit more. You've been watching these videos. You know I'm real high on these pre-screens. I think it's important. I mean, getting a lot of books graded. And these pre-screens, if I'm missing something a little bit and they come back, I'm going to reevaluate. I'll work on them again, possibly. I'll look at the prices again, where the market is right now, to see if it's worth putting it back into the same pre-screen. Or maybe it's a case where this book, for the Avengers, for example, maybe there's still a lot of value at a 9.6 pre-screen. Maybe I drop that into a different category. Or maybe not. We'll see. Maybe I don't put it back at all. Maybe it's not worth putting in. Maybe the market's so soft that you don't want to reinvest more money into it. But overall, really good. We got 22 out of 25. I guess you can't complain about anything. So, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and please leave a comment. What do you think of the books? And hey, you guys, if you are interested in any of these, just reach out. You know I leave the email right there. I always put the email right there so you know how to contact me, or you can leave me a message in the comment section on here in YouTube and everything. But guys, thanks for everything, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video today. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.